Right, it is the 3rd of April. This is Monday. I know it's different. It's a different kind of Monday. But since these two political leaders decided to have dialogue instead of taking to the streets, some people may have been disappointed because most of you decided, or rather, ever since the demonstration started, you've always looked at Monday as a holiday. Well, we are back to business, continuing building the nation and doing our works in different sectors, all right? Also, we are hoping that these talks get to bear fruits later on in terms of lasting peace, and also the issues that made Kenyans take to the streets actually get to be addressed. And we are stressing so much on the cost of living. My name is Brian Amwai. I do believe you had a wonderful day today, a peaceful one for that matter, and you are ready for the week and the news tonight. Our sign language interpreter is Josephine Ouko. This are the top stories tonight. Tonight, Ruto meets parliament leaders to strategize on bipartisan approach, barely hours after his deal with Raila Odinga.
It's going to be the biggest handshake. Bigger than Moi and Raila, bigger than Kibaki and Raila, bigger than Raila and Uhuru. Bigger handshake.
Damning intrigues, pundits hint at a brewing Ruto-Raila handshake. Also tonight, DPP Nurdin Haji withdraws cases against 6 Azimio MPs charged for participating in protests.
It is failure of the administration.
Task force ifomiwe mara moja, a special task force kuangalia zile shida zenye ziko kwa hii shule.
And Mukumu girls closed indefinitely after disease outbreak kills 2 students. Good. Engage us on our socials at Amwai Brian on Twitter, at Lookuptv. The hashtag we are using tonight is LookUpNews. We are also live on Facebook. Be sure to send your feedback there, and I'll be able to sample some of it as we continue with the program tonight. Do tell us where you are watching us from and what you think about the stories that we are running today. Let's get started. President William Ruto has today met with the Kenya Kwanza parliamentary leadership of both houses to discuss how to handle their proposal for a bipartisan approach to addressing the matters raised by the opposition principals as a priority. This comes barely hours after the former Premier Raila Odinga accepted President William Ruto's call to resolve the existing differences through the legislators. Samia Dika now reports.
Barely hours after the opposition chief Raila Odinga accepted his cardinal competitor call to cease their protracted mass action and give Parliament a chance to resolve the underlying issues, on Monday, President William Ruto met with leaders of both houses to chart the way forward of approaching the bipartisan approach he proposed in his state address on Sunday. President Ruto has expressed confidence that the raised issues will be conclusively solved by the legislators and give his government a chance to deliver its promises. Constitution of the Independent Electoral and Boundaries Commission (IEBC) stands out as a major issue that the bipartisan parliamentary committee is expected to address with urgency. It was a meeting that was attended by the DP Rigathi Gachagua, National Assembly Leader of Majority Kimani Ichung'wah, and his Senate counterpart Aaron Cheruiyot, who have been strongly criticizing the Odinga-led mass action. As Odinga demanded for the release and dropping of charges against his allied lawmakers and supporters who braved the thick tear gas before being arrested, on Tuesday, DPP Nurdin Haji moved with speed to drop the charges against Ugunja Member of Parliament Opiyo Wandayi and the cohort. According to Azimio, the DPP has also dropped cases against 200 Azimio protesters.
Yale tumesema hayawi, basi tumeambiwa kwamba serikali imeamua ule maofisia ule mkuu wa mashtaka ameamua kuondoa ile kesi kufuatilia ama kwa kutumia kipengele cha sheria inaitwa Criminal Procedure Code, kipengele cha 87A ambacho kinasema kwamba serikali ikiwa haina ushahidi wa kutosha inaweza ondoa ile kesi mahakamani, na ndiposa wameomba.
Samia Dika, Lookuptv.
Now, the ceasefire deal between President William Ruto and Azimio leader Raila Odinga might have opened a door for further talks between the two. Now, as Shadrach Kareria now reports, there could be a possibility of a handshake-like agreement between the two leaders who quickly agreed to bury their political differences and sit down for a dialogue.
The televised ceasefire agreement between President William Ruto and the Azimio Supremo Raila Odinga has continued to receive endless opinion from Kenyans. Among the key questions raised is how fast the two leaders easily agreed to bury their political stalemate and welcomed a dialogue despite their previous stands.
Lakini sasa ujole jamaa wanasema wana Azimio ati ni anarchist. Sisi tunataka kuharibu mali ya watu. Hapana, wanatumia sisi polisi kuleta tear gas, lakini sisi hatujali. Hatuwezi kutishwa.
From a political analyst Aman Manyora's point of view, there is a possibility that the duo had physically met and discussed more undisclosed issues before having a press conference on Sunday.
Our demonstrations are over. They are over because for two reasons. One, before they got where they got yesterday, they must have said something behind the doors, behind the tents. So they already know what can be and what cannot be achieved. The rest is playing to the gallery. They already know. So this talk cannot break. You can see if you follow the media appearance of William Ruto and Raila Odinga, you can quickly see there was already evidence that some things have been done already, but they are not being tabled in the press conference, in the media briefing.
Manyora believes that more agreement may take place in the future, which may result Raila Odinga and William Ruto completely burying their differences and working together in a handshake-like manner.
It's going to be the biggest handshake. Bigger than Moi and Raila, bigger than Kibaki and Raila, bigger than Raila and Uhuru. Bigger handshake.
When will that handshake be announced?
Sooner than before. And it will not even be announced. People just slide into it. It will just happen. It's a natural development.
According to Manyora, the truce could mean the end of demonstrations in the country, stating that should the handshake take place, Deputy President Rigathi Gachagua, who have been working hard to prevent it, will be affected.
As Raila and Ruto become closer and closer, the distance between Rigathi Gachagua and Ruto will become more and more distant. They become less and less together.
Manyora has however warned that should Raila Odinga fails to consider the matter keenly, his supporters whom he have been promising to stand with may lose faith in him.
There will be people from Azimio who will not agree with Raila going to bed with Ruto, and they will speak out. It will not be very easy again to bring them back to the streets. As powerfully as he is, I think people are not happy with this ceasefire, mainly because it has not been explained well. They have not mainstreamed the people. And if they have, we have not been told how. It's not been even stated.
Shadrach Kareria, Lookuptv.
All right, now when the political factions actually come together to agree that we are going to have a dialogue, sometimes it doesn't settle well with everybody. There's one group that believes that we should have continued being on the streets, another one that believes the government should not have, given in when it comes to having a conversation with the opposition. While at the same time, when we take to the streets, there are people who say, the same people will actually complain and say we are wasting a lot of time being on the streets, so something should be done quickly. But when we get to that decision, it doesn't settle well with us. Away from that, Nakuru business community has lauded Azimio la Umoja One Kenya Coalition Party for calling off weekly anti-government protests. Agitated Azimio diehards maintain that Raila ought to have engaged his supporters, expressing fear of a looming handshake that is likely to compromise the opposition. Let's listen in.
Tunataka waunganishe Kenya ili Kenya iweze kuongea na sauti moja na ili Kenya iweze kupiga hatua. Mkumbuke ya kwamba uchumi wetu umeenda chini sana. Wakati kuko na hii maandamano, hata wale ambao ni wawekezaji wanaweza kutoroka. Tunaamini ya kwamba wale ambao ni wawekezaji, investors, wataweza kurudi na wataweza kuanza kuinvest.
Tunashukuru sana president wetu, tunakupa hongera, tunakupa heko, tunakupa mkono wa kusema ni asanti, na pia tunakusalute. Tunasema wewe ni president wa nguvu na wa power, kwa sababu wewe umeona Kenya ni kubwa kuliko mwananchi yoyote, kuliko mtu yote katika Kenya nzima. Ukasema wacha muweze kuketi chini muongee, lakini wakati mtakapokuwa mkiketi chini muongee ya kwamba mambo ambayo yanahusu mwananchi wa kawaida, mambo na unga, mambo na yale ambayo yanahitajika kama ni mafuta, mambo hayo ambayo yanasaidia mwananchi wa kawaida.
Maamuzi ya jana hayajanifurahisha, sababu sasa kama jana waliamua eti wameachana na mambo ya maandamano, bei ya unga imeshuka chini, gharama ya maisha imeshuka chini, sile rates yameweka kwa mambo ya correct revenue simerudi chini. Bado sisi tunaendelea kuumia.
Tunamshukuru sana president kwa kukubali mwito wa kuongea, na alisema mambo ya kwamba chakula italetwe, na tunaelewa hii mambo yenye inaendelea ya dunia yote ni global, lakini wamejaribu vile wanaweza.
Tunaambia hao viongozi msifanye karata na maisha ya mwananchi. Maisha ya mwananchi sasa hii, the cost of living is very high na mwananchi anaumia. So wakati mmesema kuna dialogue ama kuna consultation, mkifika pale kwa meza tunawaomba tafadhali msiangalie maslahi yenu, angalia maslahi ya mwananchi kawaida. The cost of living sasa hii inaumiza, wananchi wanaumia.
Baba, tumesikia umeitwa huko State House. Na raundi baba, usitufanye nini ya chini hapo. Tunataka utoke hapo na clear information, because tulitoka kwa street kwa sababu yako, na sisi tunaumia hapa chini. So kama EKK government kama itatutoka na solution yenye itasaidia raia wa kawaida kama sisi wana bodaboda, bado tunangoja ile promise yenye ulitupatia.
Now tonight, the second lady, that is Dorcas Rigathi Gachagua, has told off critics who doubt her prayers for her husband, Deputy President Rigathi Gachagua. Now Dorcas alleged that Gachagua will not have made it to occupy Kenya's second most powerful office if he was not prayerful.
There is no man I pray for better than that man. So whoever has been having any doubt that I pray for him, he cannot be where he is without prayer. He cannot be who he is and protected the way he is without prayer. So whoever has been asking me to pray more for him, I can tell you he's prayed for and he's protected, and I love him. I love that man, and I stand with him. I pray for him, and I'm very sure they'll make the right decision.
All right, now away from that to something that you should actually be taking part in, where we say your opinion does matter here, and we do welcome what your thoughts are on this particular subject, where we are asking whether you think it's okay for Raila and Ruto to actually call it a truce, arrive at that particular deal and say we are going to have a dialogue. A lot of people do not agree with that. So what's your thought on that? Tonight, Kenyans continue to react to Raila Ruto's Sunday deal that saw Azimio Brigade cancel weekly anti-government protests. Let's take a look at what people in Nairobi did say in regards to the same.
Today on Opinion Matters, we ask Kenyans about the decision of the Azimio leader Raila Odinga to have a sit-down with the President Ruto on the matters concerning Kenyans. And this is what they had to say.
Itatusaidia sana juu tulikuwa tunahangaika. Tunaona hata leo tumefungua na ni Monday. Last week kama leo hatukuwa hapa. So itatusaidia sana, naona ita increase ile stability, tutafanya kazi. Mtu kama angekosa kuja leo atakuja kwa sababu anajua hakuna maandamano. So itatusaidia. Mimi naomba tu waendelee kuongea, waelewane ili tuendelee kufanya kazi.
Maongeo yako itarudisha tu political temperature chini. Watu wa kawaida waendelee na kazi yao, their business as usual. That is it. Umejua hawezi teremusha bei ya mahindi, bei ya unga kama kuna mvua. Mvua ikiwa farmers watafanya kazi yao kwa mashamba, mahindi kue ndio bei ya unga teremuke. Bei ya unga hawezi teremuka kama hakuna mvua.
Kuongea pia ni sawa. kama wataongea wasikizane na watusaidie sisi kama wananchi, shida zetu tunapitia hamna shida. Kama bado hawatafikia suluhisho, itakuwa tu vyema tena tukiendelea na maandamano.
Mimi maoni yangu ningeonelea ni heri wakae waongee, lakini wakae waongee ile kitu itatusaidia kimaisha kama upande wa chakula na kikazi. Wasikae waongee wenyewe, wasaidiane, wasaidie sisi wakulima wadogo, maisha ishuke chini. Kukaa venye wamesema wakae pamoja wajadiliane, hiyo watasaidia Kenya sana, lakini maisha irudi chini. Hiyo ndio tunataka kama wakaaji wa Kawangware.
These are some of the opinions of Kenyans hoping that this sit-down will bring a lasting solution to the problems they are going through. For Lookuptv, my name is Abigail Shira.
All right, that is Abigail Shira. Brings us to this particular point where we want to take a break, but also just what your thoughts are on this particular truth and whether you are foreseeing a handshake. Would you like a handshake to actually happen between President William Ruto and the Right Honorable Raila Odinga? Or what should be the way forward when it comes to this particular conversation on people taking to the streets and reaching, an agreement in regards to what is best for the country? Engage us on our socials at Lookuptv, that is on Facebook. We'll be able to sample your feedback as we continue the program tonight. We are also live on YouTube and on Twitter. It is at Lookuptv, at Amwai Brian. The hashtag is LookupNews. Let's take a break. We'll be back in a moment.
Sensei Institute of Technology is the home to the best practical courses, giving you a hands-on experience to handle the world. A place to build your skill and see the world in a different perspective. For you to join us, ensure you have your national ID card and be ready to enjoy the ride. Sensei College, my skills, my future.
We as Novena United Circle are a society that is able to provide a platform for business startups by providing financial aid to members and creating a platform to accumulate their savings. We look for small business entrepreneurs who are starting a business venture and provide the best opportunity to expand our business niche and turn it into something big. For more information, call us on 0768 757 956 or WhatsApp us on 0734 832 430. Novena United Circle. Tuungane pamoja.
Hey darling, are we still on for a coffee date?
I'm waiting for you to come and pick me up.
I should be able to pick you in a few.
It's a coffee yogurt date?
It's not just a yogurt, it's royal coffee yogurt.
Flow with the sweet taste of thick and smooth Royal Fresh coffee yogurt. Royal Fresh, the royal taste of freshness.
Are you looking for a renowned institution of academic and professional excellence to kickstart your career? Then join KIPS Technical College, a top NEC, CASNEP, NITA, HRMPEB and KISIM examination center in Kenya, fully accredited by TVET Authority. We offer high-quality hands-on training in engineering, hospitality, tourism, journalism, ICT, business, accounting, hairdressing and beauty, health sciences, community development and foreign languages, and have placed over 26,000 graduates in employment since 1994. Admission Admissions for April intake is ongoing. Call 0720-813-113 or visit any of our 6 campuses located within Nairobi. KIPS Technical College, your sure path to success.
Right, welcome back and thank you so much for staying with us. Let's continue with the program tonight. Mukumu Girls High School has been closed indefinitely after 2 students lost their lives and close to 500 others hospitalized following a bacterial infection said to have been caused by food and water poisoning. Abigail Shira with more.
A somber mood engulfed Mukumu Girls High School after 2 students succumbed to the diarrhea outbreak in the institution. According to the reports, the 2 girls died out of the bacterial infection, with the Ministry of Education led by Director Jared Otieno taking over the matter.
We would want our children to learn in a safe and clean environment, and we also would not want them to miss their lessons for a long time. And so we've agreed that we are going to suspend learning for some time as we address the key issues that we strongly believe have led us to this.
According to Kakamega Senator Boni Halwale, it is not the first time the incident is happening, urging authorities to get to the bottom of the matter.
I am here with the Directorate of Quality Assurance. They investigated the issue last year, made findings, made recommendations, but those findings were not acted upon. And this is why this has recurred. In short, I'm saying it is failure of the administration.
On her part, Kakamega County Women Representative ordered that the school remains closed until the situation is dealt with.
Watoto tayari 559 hawako shule, wamechukuliwa na wazazi, na wengine 1500 wako hapa, na situation sio ya kawaida. Ndio tunasema ya kwamba task force ifomiwe mara moja, a special task force, kuangalia zile shida zenye ziko kwa hii shule, lakini mara moja watoto wote wachukuliwe na wazazi waende nyumbani.
Muhanda further asked that the county government to intervene by ensuring that the students and the institution get the much needed help.
Tunaomba county government, tuko hapa na chief officer, wazazi hawana pesa mingi. Tunaomba ya kwamba wa extend an olive hand hapo kwa hospitali ya Kakamega, wakuwe na ward yenye wazazi hawatalipa watoto wao kutibiwa. Na hata hapa tuko na Mukumu Hospital, tunaomba watusaidie wazazi wanapochukua watoto wao.
Abigail Shira for Lookuptv.
Away from that, property worth millions was destroyed after fire blazed through dormitories in Riokindo High School in Kisii County, as more property was razed down after Utheri Walari farm in Naivasha was set ablaze by rival groups. Ian Ketani looks at this.
Riokindo High in Kisii County. At around 6 in the evening, a huge fire swept through one of the dormitories, with at least 300 students affected.
Moto ulitokea jana jioni saa 12:30, tukakimbia tu hapa na community ikakuja, tukajaribu kusima moto. Ndio gari ya county ikakuja nayo ikajaribu kusima moto, tukaweza tukapambana na moto tukausima. Kwa uwezo wa Mungu hakuna mwanafunzi yeyote mwenye aliumia.
Those injured during the incident are receiving treatment as investigations are ongoing to establish the cause of the fire.
Ni wachache tu walipata maumivu ya kuona yale nduru zenye walikuwa wanapiga, wengine wanastuka wanaanguka chini. Wao ndio walipata tu hayo machanga tu madogo. Kwa vitu vingine kama mattress ziliokolewa, vitu vingine zilichomeka. Ukiangalia tu mahali moshi ulianzia kutoka sehemu ya mbele, hao ndio waliumia tu sana, vitu ziliungua sana.
Most of the students lost their belongings to the incident. More so, their beddings, with stakeholders urging the government to step in and help restore normalcy.
300 students were affected. We had 20 of them who were taken to hospital for hysteria to manage them, but they are now in good condition. That's what we are doing now. The board has sat since morning to see how we can be able to return the institution to normalcy.
Nimepata mtoto wangu ako salama, hajaumia, lakini vitu zake zote zimechomeka, sanduku imechomeka, kila kitu imechomeka. Hana chochote, ila ni ile nguo tu anafaa yenye alipatikana akifaa ndiye ako nazo.
Elsewhere in Maimai, Nakuru County, property worth millions was destroyed after sections of the Utheri Walari farm was set ablaze by herders in the area due to an ongoing feud between the local community and the owner of the property. According to the farm chairman, Stephen Meru, they lost property worth millions during the midnight attack organized by the herders, insisting that they had all the legal documents to prove ownership.
Wamechoma kila kitu, pikipiki zetu, mahindi, maharagwe ya watu wetu ambao wanaweka hapa, wameharibu. Na kusudi yao ilikuwa waharibu hii nyumba yote na ofisi yote, wakijificha usiku. Na hii ni maneno ambayo inajulikana, watu hao wanajulikana, na si watu ambao wanafanya hivi wakakimbia, wakaenda sijui Turkana wapi, manyumba zao ndio ile, nyumba ya mwingine iko pale. Kwa hivyo tungetaka hatua ya haraka ichukuliwe.
Some of the victims of the incident now want the government to chip in and help them, as all their property was destroyed with no place to call home.
Serikali tunaomba na tunajua inatusaidia, lakini kwa maana koti ilisema eviction na wakapatiwa 30 days waondoke, na hawa kuondoka. After 30 days sasa imeenda karibu 90 days. Tunauliza the county commander ndio aliambiwa hawa watu watoke. County commander wa Nakuru, unagojea nini?
Sisi tunaomba tu serikali watusaidie, watupe yani ulinzi ya kutosha ndio tuweze kuishi kwa mashamba yetu juu hii ni haki yetu.
Ian Kitani, Lookuptv.
Right, now following the killing of Kisa East MCA Stephen Maloba, angered residents stormed Emasasi police station where they made away with 1,240 bags of subsidized fertilizer that was meant for distribution to farmers. They also burnt a motorbike belonging to the area chief, Walter Obeshere, who they claimed was involved in the killing of Stephen Maloba. Now, police have recovered so far 20 bags of fertilizer as investigation goes on over the incident and the death of Maloba.
Wameharibu ng'ombe zangu wakakula, walichoma ng'ombe 3, walichoma nyumba yangu ya mashauri hapa, wameharibu choo yangu pale, wameharibu nyumba ya guest wing hapa ambayo hutumiwa na watoto, pikipiki ya serikali wameharibu, window panes zote, madirisha yote imeharibiwa. Ukiangalia fascia board yote waliharibiwa, tangi yangu ya maji na gutters na pipes zote wameharibu. Kwa hivyo ideally hawa watu wameharibu vitu zangu hapa mingi.
Mbali na hiki kitendo imefanyika kwa boma la chief, tumehuzunika kwa kiongozi, hata kama ni kiongozi amechaguliwa, ni kiongozi mwenzetu kupoteza uhai wake. We are not taking the peace prevailing in Kenya for granted. Tunahimiza wote wananchi na sisi machiefs tushirikiane, tuweke ushirika kwa pamoja, tuendeleze hii amani ambayo tuko nayo, ili kizazi kinakuja kesho nyuma yetu kipate kupata taifa.
So far we have gotten some leads and our CID officers pursuing and soon we are going to arrest those who are involved.
Right, let's get sporty tonight. Now, Kenya national football women team, Harambee Starlets,